Yes, and we're live. Welcome back, everyone, to Gurung Pinoy. Again, as we are always saying, if this is the first time that you're watching us, it might be on YouTube, and you are still not subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe and hit that bell notification. We have so many videos that can help you pass the LET, okay? So many videos that can help you prepare for your upcoming LET. And of course, if you are watching us on Facebook, please don't forget to like this video, follow our page, share this video, start a watch party, tag your friends, and of course, go ahead and please send us your comments, okay? Now, you can also see all the rest of our social media accounts in your screen right now. Now, as always, before we start with anything else, let us all have our opening prayer. Samahan niyo po ako, mga kaguro.
Lord God, salamat po sa oras na ito na binigay niyo muli sa amin. Sa pagkakataon, Panginoon, salamat po sa maraming mga pagpapala at proteksyon na dulot mo sa bawat isa sa amin. At Panginoon, kami po ay humihingi ng inyong paggabay muli sa amin pong gagawin sa oras pong ito. Sana po ay marami po kaming matutunan sa mga leksyon na aming aaralin po ngayon. Patuloy po nawa na tulungan mo po kami sa aming mga pangarap, Panginoon. Ibinibigay po namin ang lahat po sa inyo, Panginoon, dahil ikaw po ang nagsabi na kung kasama ka namin sa lahat ng pagkakataon ay tunay nga po na magtatagumpay po kami. Kaya Ama, sana po ay mapakinggan mo ang mga hiling po namin na ito. I-bless mo po ang family ni Ma'am Mek, ni Sir Ram, maging ang mga pamilya din po namin, Panginoon. Dalangin ho namin ang buong bansa namin, buong mundo na nakakaranas pa po sa pandemic. Sana po ay bumuti na ang kalagayan po namin, O Diyos. Naniniwala po kami sa inyo sa mga pangako mo sa bawat isa sa amin. Salamat po sa Panginoong Jesus na nagdulot po sa amin ng pag-asa sa buhay po na ito. Ama, ito po ang aming dalangin sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Now, again, maraming salamat po for everyone who has been supporting Gurung Pinoy sa mga patuloy na pabalik-balik sa ating YouTube channel. Now, we have already reached 1 million views on YouTube. Okay, so that is one milestone that we have hit. So again, please do continue supporting us. Manood lamang po kayo ng aming mga videos, ulit-ulitin hanggang sa ma-memorize nyo na lahat ng items na nandyan sa ating YouTube videos. Okay, so again, maraming salamat po for supporting Gurung Pinoy. Now, we welcome back the teams of Gurung Pinoy. We have Team Gardner. Of course, this is our team veterano sa ating Team Thunders, no? So mga matagal na nating mga estudyante, maraming salamat po. Welcome back, and please do like this video. I-hit na yung like button natin, yung thumbs up button natin. Ganun din sa ating Team Erickson, sa mga bagong members natin. Welcome po sa Gurung Pinoy. If you are a newbie, then of course, please do send us your comment so that we can all welcome you on Team Facebook and also on Team YouTube. And if you are still not a member, we still continue to accept enrollees, no? So nandiyan pa rin po yung basic natin. That's Gen Ed Prof, that's only 650. Pro membership, that's for your major, and that's 750 pesos. Premium, that's Gen Ed Prof Ed and Major, it's only 1,250. So go ahead and please do enroll and join Gurung Pinoy teams. You are not going to regret it. What we have as your member, no, pag naging member kayo ng Gurung Pinoy teams, you will have access to all the materials that we have. You can take all the quizzes that we are giving our students, and of course, all the materials here, all the live stream PowerPoint presentations, you can easily download and print and read at your own convenience. So mag-enroll na po kayo, and just send us a message to our Facebook page if you still have some questions. Okay, now our mid-review exam is going to be on June 19th from 6 to 9 p.m. PH time, no? So please don't forget, again, that's 6 to 9 p.m. PH time, June 19th, 2021. That's mid-review exam part 2. Okay, now this here is the schedule that we have for the month of June. So today we are going to have general education. Tomorrow, that's June 6th, professional education. Next week, on Friday, we are going to have Gen Ed and Prof Ed. Then Saturday, Sunday, you are going to have Filipino with Coach Abby. The next Friday, on June 18th, it's Gen Ed and Prof Ed. Mid-review exam on June 19th. June 20th is going to be your rest day. 25th, Janet and Prophet. Then, of course, 26, 27, that's English with Coach Ariane. Okay, you can also see this schedule in our Gurung Pinoy Facebook page. Okay, now we are also open for your CSE course. Again, your full online civil service review program. You can review anytime, anywhere. You can download all the materials that we have there in our CSE course. And again, you can learn through your videos. Okay, also mastering all the quizzes that we have there. It's only 1,000 pesos for the first 50 enrollees. Now, again, for your CSE, our orientation and pretest is going to be tomorrow, 10 a.m. PH time. And your review period is from June 7th until July 17th. It's only 1,000 again for the first 50 enrollees natin. Okay, please continue supporting us. Our supporters have our exclusive content, our exclusive videos, and of course, you can also send us your stars if you're watching us on Facebook. Please do support us by sending us your stars. You can also send us your super chat, super stickers as we go live on YouTube. Maraming salamat po for all our supporters, all the star senders, all those who are sending their stickers, and also their super chats, okay? But of course, tonight, our main goal is Gen Ed. This is 20 items of Gen Ed, okay? Gen Ed items. If you are ready, please don't forget to like this video, start a watch party, tag your friends, share this video, pinaka-importante, so that we can reach out to more people, okay? Go ahead and share this video, like this video, and start a watch party. Tag your friends. Of course, we also have our goal of reaching 100K subscribers on YouTube, and you can help us by sharing our video. Okay, please go ahead, share this video, tag your friends, start a watch party, and please don't forget to like this video. Maraming salamat po. Okay? Mag-like na po kayo ng ating video, mag-love, mag-heart. If you are ready, then I'm ready. We start with question number 1. Okay, question number 1. This is English. Blank are used to modify nouns or pronouns, while blank provide details on verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. Is it letter A, adverbs, adjectives, letter B, adjectives, adverbs, letter C, prepositions, pronouns, letter D, pronouns, prepositions? What's your answer for number 1? Number 1, ano po ang inyong sagot? Number 1, I can already see the answer of Ma'am Decime Bajao. Okay, some more answers please for number 1. Good evening po, Ma'am Jeneline Silva. Again, number 1, what's your answer? Please put it in your chat box. Okay, I can already see the answer of Ma'am Tin Pablo, Ma'am Jeline, Ma'am Roslyn Pugoy, Sir Nap, Ma'am Isabel Francisco. Okay, the rest of you, I can see your answers there. Again, please don't forget to like this video, tag your friends. Of course, do share our video. Mag-share po kayo ng ating video. Okay, now hati ang ating sagot, no? May letter C, may letter B. Good evening po from Cebu, Ma'am Decime Bajao. Good evening po, maayong gabi. My father's family is from Cebu, from Tuburan. Okay, letter B. Sir GJ Mortab, na-miss ko ang quizzes, kaso di niya ako na-miss. Bawi ako bukas sa Prof Ed. Maraming salamat, Sir Nap Dos Vlogs. Oy, follow nyo, no? Mag-subscribe kayo sa YouTube channel ni Sir Nap. Oh. Maraming salamat po for the super sticker. Thank you. Okay, so hati yung ating sagot, no? May B at may C. Ma'am Vils Glofar Bolok-Bolok, maraming salamat for tagging your friends. From Zamboanga City, good evening, Ma'am Shakina Abdul. Assalamualaikum po sa lahat ng ating Muslim brothers and sisters. Welcome back. Na-miss natin yung live stream ng quizzes. Okay, now going back to the question that we have here, blank are used to modify nouns and pronouns, while blank provide details on verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. Correct answer here would be letter B, adjectives and adverbs. Okay? Puntahan po natin yung ating next slide. Next slide. Now, these right here are the different parts of speech that we have. Okay, so these are the different parts of your sentences, and these words here have specific functions in your sentence. Okay, now the first one that you have here is noun. In Filipino, we call this pangalan. And of course, whenever you say noun, this is a name of a person, a place, an object, or it might even be an event. Okay, so usually, yung noun o yung pangalan, ito yung nagiging topic sa ating sentence. Okay, so siya yung topic ng ating sentence, that's your noun. Okay, noun or pangalan in Filipino. Now, the second one that we have here is pronoun. In Filipino, this is panghalip. Okay, so panghalip, because of course, when you say pronoun, it takes the place of your noun. Okay, so examples of the pronoun would be he, she, they, we, us, it. Okay, so ito po yung mga nagtitake ng place ng ating noun. Okay, siya, sila, kayo. Okay, so yan yung mga panghalip natin. Now, the third one that we have there, that's part of your answer, is adjective. Okay, in Filipino, we call this pang-uri. Okay, now, again, when you say adjective, this is a word that can describe a noun or a pronoun. Okay, it can describe a noun or a pronoun. Sometimes we call this describing words. So some examples of your adjective would be beautiful, smart, okay, skillful, fast, loud. Okay, so yan yung mga adjectives mo, no? They describe your noun or your pronoun. That's your pang-uri in Filipino. Now, the fourth one that you have is verb. That's pandiwa. Sometimes we'd say verbs are action words, but we need to remember not all verbs are action words, okay? We have some verbs that are not actually action words, and these are your linking verbs, okay? Yung linking verbs mo, that's your am, is, are for your present tense, and of course, you have was and were for your past tense, no? So, hindi naman sila action word, hindi sila action word. Now, another type of verb that is not an action word would be your modals, okay? Ito yung tinatawag mo auxiliary verbs, no? Yung will, would, can, could, your do, does, did, shall, should, okay? These are some examples of your modals or auxiliary verbs, and these are not action words, no? Now, you have to remember that whenever you see your auxiliary verb, your modals in a sentence, it would always be followed by the base form of the verb. So when you have, for example, a sentence, we shall dance tomorrow, you cannot say we shall dances tomorrow or we shall dance tomorrow. Okay, so palaging base form ng verb yung magfa-follow ng inyong modal. So again, yung modal mo, some example of this would be can, cannot, could, shall, should, your do, does, did mo. These are modals. Okay, so these are some examples of verbs that are not actually action words. Okay, so again, there are three types of verbs, no? Yung linking verb mo, am, is, are, was, were, your modals or your auxiliary verb, your can, could, shall, should, your will, would, yung do, does, did mo, and of course, your action words. Okay, yung action words mo naman. These are the most common forms of verbs that we have. So again, this is pandiwa in Filipino. Now, number 5, adverb. This is pang-abay in Filipino. And of course, when you say adverb, this can describe your verb, your adjective, or another adverb. Okay, so nagde-describe siya ng verb, ng adjective, or another adverb. That's your pang-abay. So yan yung pinagkaiba nila ng adjective mo. Your adjective would describe your noun and your pronoun. Your adverb, on the other hand, would describe an adjective and a verb or another adverb. Okay, so that's your adverb number 5. The number 6, preposition. In Filipino, this is pang-ukol. Some examples for this would be in, on, at, your beside, with. These are prepositions. Okay, number 7, conjunction. In Filipino, this is pangatnig, and, but, even if, because. These are some examples of conjunction. Okay, so they easily connect the different parts of your sentences. And of course, the last one that you have here is interjection. Interjection, sometimes in Filipino, you call this pandamdam. Ito yung mga some parts of your sentences that expresses a lot of emotions. Okay, strong emotions like ouch, awit, aray, aragoy. Okay, aha, oh my gosh. Okay, so these are your interjections, pandamdam. All right, so these are the different parts of your speech. Again, kagandahan po ng pagiging member ng ating Gurong Pinoy Teams is that you will get a copy of this PowerPoint presentation right after this live stream. Okay, so if you have a chance, again, please do become a member of our Gurong Pinoy Teams. Okay, maraming mahina yung signal. Okay, malakas. Si Ma'am Jen Silva, no? Maraming mahina yung signal. Okay, so balikan nyo na lamang po. All right, now we continue. So again, for number 1, no, that's letter B. Adjectives are used to modify nouns or pronouns, while adverbs provide details on verbs, adjectives, or adverbs. Okay, question number 2. What is defined as the smallest unit of sound that has meaning? Is it letter A, phoneme? Letter B, syllable? Letter C, morpheme? Letter D, vowel? What's the answer for number 2? Good evening, Sir Orlando Martin. Watching from Pampanga. Magandang gabi po. Watching from Cebu, Ma'am Jocelyn Nieves Piliaso. Good evening po. Maraming salamat for tagging your friends. Thank you po for tagging your friends. Those of you who've already tagged your friends. Wala daw upload yung channel ni Sir Nap Dos Vlogs. Mag-upload na po kayo, Sir Nap, para ma-follow po nila. Sir Carl Dominic Abelia Garcia or Ma'am Carl Dominic Abelia Garcia, babae kasi yung nasa profile pic, baka asawa or girlfriend. Maraming salamat po for tagging your friends. Thank you so much for all of you who have tagged your friends, started a watch party. Importante po i-share yung ating video and of course you like our video. Okay, I can already see some of your answers for number 2. Number 2, I can already see your answers for number 2. Mukhang maraming naligwak sa number 2. Okay, maraming naligwak. We will find out. Go ahead and please put your answer again for number 2. What's your answer? Ano yung sagot nyo for question number 2? Number 2, some more answers for number 2. Oh, babae pala si Ma'am Carl Dominic Abelia Garcia. Pangboy lang yung name. Graduating student B. Ed. Welcome po. Maraming salamat for being in our channel. And of course, congratulations, Batch 2021. Okay, now sinabi ko medyo maraming ligwak for question number 2. This is a very tricky question. Napaka-tricky ng question. Pag binasa nyo ito at hanggang smallest unit of sound lamang kayo, hindi nyo tinapos yung entire question, that means your answer is letter A. Okay? Pero yung question kasi natin in full, no, kabuuan ng ating question is, what is defined as the smallest unit of sound that has meaning? Okay? It has meaning. Now, if you only see the smallest unit of sound, we call that a phoneme, phonema. Okay? Yung pinakamaigsi, pinakamaliit na unit ng tunog. Okay? That's your phonema. Okay? But of course, here, it says that has meaning. That has meaning. Okay? Yan po yung pinaka-importanting parte ng ating question. So again, this is another lesson for you, no? Napaka malaking lesson. Please read the question in its entirety, okay? Wag pong hindi tapusin, wag kaligtaan tapusin yung buong question, no? Hindi na nakita yung smallest unit of sound. Sabi nyo, familiar na ako dito, no? Napaka-confident nyo na. Alam ko na yung sagot dito. Ilang beses ko na nakita to. Memorize ko na to. And of course, you picked letter A, phoneme. But here, it says that has meaning, okay? So that means, meaning here, that's letter C, and that's your morpheme. Okay? Morpheme is the correct answer here. Letter C. So yun, marami din namang sumagot para ng letter C. Okay? So number 2, letter C is the correct choice. Again, please continue reading the question, no, in full. Tapusin po yung ating question. Huwag pong mag-stop in the middle of your question. Okay, so letter C, morpheme, that's the correct answer. Good evening po sa inyong lahat, sa mga latecomers natin. Habol po tayo. Number 3, which is an imperative sentence? Letter A, what movie do you want to go see? Letter B, my teacher yelled at me for not doing my homework. Letter C, please walk the dog. Letter D, yesterday I went for a jog in the park. What's the answer? Ma'am Marilo Pilanga or Pilanga? May question siya. Ma'am Mek, how to become your supporter? Nasa Facebook po yan, ma'am. Meron pong support button. Malapit po sa chat box sa Facebook. Okay? Kahit po sa page natin yata, meron pa rin yung support button. Whenever you watch any video sa Facebook, meron po kayong option to become a supporter. Maraming salamat po, Ma'am Marilu, for your question. Okay? What's your answer for number 3? Mag-comment po ng inyong answer, number 3. Marami yatang naligwak sa number 2. Again, basahin po ng maigi ang inyong question. Tapusin po yung entire question. Okay, number 3, what's your answer? I can see some answers. Letter C, yung kanilang sagot. Okay, karamihang sagot dito ay letter C. Letter C, both YouTube and Facebook. Nakikita ko letter C. Meron din namang ibang letter B. Ma'am Jocelyn Nieves Piliazo, maraming salamat po for tagging your friends. Letter C, again, please do share our video. Mag-start ng watch party. Of course, tag your friends and like this video. Okay, letter C, karamihang sagot. And of course, letter C here is the correct choice. Now, according to a website here, this is englishclub.com. And of course, we've learned this in our elementary years. Now, we have 4 types of sentences. Okay, so 1, declarative sentence mo. This is your statement. Okay, so when you say, I am beautiful, okay, it usually ends with a period. That's a declarative sentence. Okay, that's a statement. Your declarative sentence. Your second type of sentence would be interrogative, and this would usually end with a question mark. Ito yung mga question mo, no? Do you love me? Mahal mo ba ako? Okay? Mahal mo ba ako dahil kailangan mo ako, or kailangan mo ako dahil mahal mo ako? Okay? So this is an interrogative question. Napakasakit na question, no? Or interrogative sentence pala. Okay? So that's your question. Usually ends with, or always ends with a question mark. Now, number 3, imperative sentence natin. Ito yung hinahanap natin sa ating question. This is a command. Okay? So pwedeng may please, pwede din namang walang please. Okay, love me. Okay, give me what I want. Okay, in our question a while ago, please walk the dog. May please pa rin, no? So, pwedeng may please, pwedeng wala. Yung imperative sentence mo, ito yung nagbibigay ng utos. Okay, that's your command. Now, the last type of sentence that we have here, 4th type would be your exclamative. Sometimes we call this exclamatory sentence. No, ito yung may mga exclamation. These are the types of sentences that would give us strong emotion. So, oh my gosh, I did it. We passed. Hooray. Okay, so these are your some examples of your exclamatory sentences. So again, 4 types of sentences. Declarative, these are your statements. Interrogative, these would end with question marks. These are your questions. Imperative, these are sentences that would show command. And of course, exclamative, exclamatory, these are those that would end with your exclamation point. Okay, so again, for number 3, correct answer was letter C. Letter C. Now, number 4, the Daily Show is an example of, is it letter A, spoof, letter B, parody, letter C, satire, or letter D, political humor? What's your answer? Okay, si Ma'am Marilo Pilanga pala at si Sir GJ Mortab magkaklase sa FINMA. Okay, welcome po. Sana all, sabi ni Sir GJ. Ma'am Alexa Frances Lantaka, maraming salamat po for tagging your friends. Thank you. Ma'am Carl Dominic na nagtag again ng kanyang mga friends. Maraming salamat po. Please tag all your friends. Again, start a watch party. Share this video. Pinaka-importante, bakit may sad? Iba lang yata yung pindot ni ma'am. Okay, what's your answer for number 4? Maraming nanghula sa number 4. Okay, so may mga question mark yung kanilang sagot. Sir Jasper John Aluvera, maraming salamat for tagging your friends. Please send us your stars, people. Send us your stars. Late si Ma'am Shar Antilino, habol po, na sa number 4 pa lang po tayo. Ma'am Jocelyn Nieves Piliazo. Ang daming tinatag ni Ma'am Jocelyn. Maraming salamat po. Okay, 4. May mga question mark na hindi kayo familiar sa The Daily Show. I wanted to put a video but I had no chance to put it. Okay, so wala akong sample na video, no? But you can watch him later. Pwede niyong balikan, pwede niyong i-check yung mga videos niya, no? Ng The Daily Show. Now, the correct answer here, Daily Show, is an example of, is it letter A, spoof, letter B, parody, letter C, satire, or letter D, political humor? The correct answer would be letter C, satire. Okay? Okay, satire po ito. Bakit satire? Let's take a look at your next slide. Your spoof or parody kasi your choices A and B are the same. Okay, so parehas lamang itong spoof or parody. This is a humorous imitation of something, typically a film or a particular genre of film, in which its characteristic features are exaggerated for comic effect. Okay, so that's your spoof or your parody. So one example of a Filipino would always be making your spoof or parody would be Mickey Bustos. Okay, so Mickey Bustos is an example of a person who's always using or making spoofs and parodies. No, yung mga ibang YouTube content nating nakikita no na nagva-viral, usually spoof or parody sila. Yung mga yung may nakita akong sa Miss Universe no na pinalitan yung mga words, pinalitan yung mga sinasabi ng Miss Universe na contestants. That's an example of your spoof or parody. Okay, so humorous imitation. Yung satire mo naman, ito yung ating sagot, the use of humor, irony, exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize people's stupidity or vices, particularly in the context of contemporary politics. So usually, this is the use of humor para oklayin ang isang political stance, no? So that's the Daily Show with Trevor Noah. If you have a chance later, no, to go and watch him, then please go ahead and watch any of his videos. So ino-okray niya, yung kinikriticize niya yung mga politicians usually, and he do it in a funny way. Okay, if I can think of a person who's also doing this in the Philippines, it would be Vice Ganda. Okay, so Vice Ganda, pag ino-okray niya, kunwari si President Duterte or si Secretary Harry Duque, no, so he's doing satire. So satire, the use of humor, irony, exaggeration to ridicule or expose, criticize people's stupidity or vices, usually political siya. Now, political humor, it's almost like your satire, but it's done in text. Okay, so text usually, nasa cartoon siya, may mga cartoon strips itong political humor mo. So, hindi siya video. Okay, so political humor, almost the same as your satire, but this is done in text. Okay, so the correct answer again was satire. Satire po yung ating correct answer. Okay, number 5. What two factors contribute to scarcity? Is it letter A, limited resources and wants? Letter B, unlimited resources and limited wants? Letter C, unlimited wants and limited resources? Letter D, unlimited resources and wants? What's your answer for number 5? This is part of social science. Okay, ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 5? Maraming salamat again for tagging your friends. Ma'am Joan Picayo, maraming salamat po. Late pero hahabol, President Loreto Balicaw Jr., welcome. Welcome back. Ma'am Jovelyn Agan, maraming salamat for tagging your friends. Ma'am Junaline Dolorin, welcome po, watching from Tabina, Zamboanga del Sur. Again, assalamualaikum po to all our brothers who are Muslim, brothers and sisters nating Muslim, no? Maraming salamat po for tuning in. Again, of course, ganun din sa ating mga Christian brothers and sisters. Tama ang hula ni Ma'am Joy Push. Ma'am Roslyn Pugoy, bakit daw blurred? I-check niyo ma'am yung video quality, no? Pwede niyo po siyang i-change yung settings niyo po. Nasa settings po. What's your answer? Number 5. Samut-sari ang ating sagot sa number 5. May ACD akong nakikita. Okay, so iba-iba yung sagot niyo for number 5. Medyo dalito yata kayo sa ating tanong sa number 5. Ma'am Alima Paporo, download ko na lang to. Ang hina ng signal sa Marawi. Mahina daw signal ni ma'am. Download na lang ni ma'am. Of course, if you can become a member of our Gurong Pinoy teams, now you will have the copies of this PowerPoint presentation. Of course, you are going to have a chance to answer the quizzes that we have. Okay, so magpa-member na po kayo. Again, we still have our biggest deal, no? Biggest discount. So please just send a message through our Gurong Pinoy Facebook page. Ma'am Queenie Marie Andugo Origines, maraming salamat for tagging your friends. My C, my A, my D. Let's go back to our question. What two factors contribute to scarcity? Ano nga ba yung scarcity? Scarcity would be kakulangan. Okay? Yung halos maubos na yung supply ng isang bagay. Say, for example, your mask, no? Nung paumpisa pa lang yung pandemic, no? Nung papasok tayo ng pandemic, nagkaubusan ng mask. Dito, even sa US, nagkaubusan ng tissue paper. Okay? Maraming naubos, no? Yung mga hand sanitizer. Okay, so what leads to scarcity? Okay, what leads to scarcity? Now, I have to point it out, no, yung word na scarcity, of course, is a noun. Merong adjective form ito na yung usually Filipinos would pronounce it as scarce, no, yung SCARSE, scarce, no? Tama ba yung spelling ko or CE? Scarce yung pronunciation natin, but that would be pronounced as scarce. Okay? Scarce po yung pag-pronounce ng adjective form ng scarcity, no? Hindi po scarce but scarce. Okay? So scarce would be the correct pronunciation. Okay? So please be mindful of that. Please remember the adjective form for this would be pronounced as scarce. Hindi po scarce, no? So you don't say face shields or face mask in the Philippines is scarce or are scarce. Okay, so you don't say scarce. It's pronounced as scarce, are scarce. Okay, so scarce po. So what two factors would contribute sa kakulangan ng isang bagay? Scarcity, nagkakaubusan. Is it limited resources and wants? Limited yung resource mo, pero limited din yung wants mo, limited din yung mga gustong magkaroon nito, no? Letter B, unlimited yung resources mo, limited ang wants. Unlimited, only yung resources, may limit lamang yung mga taong gustong magkaroon nito. Is it letter C, unlimited wants, unlimited yung gusto mong magkaroon nito, no? Number of people who'd like to have this, pero limited ang iyong resources. Or letter D, unlimited both resources and wants. Okay, so unlimited yung resources, unlimited din naman yung wants. And of course, as you see our choices here, it's pretty obvious. The correct answer would be letter C. Okay, so letter C, unlimited yung wants, pero limited yung resources. That would lead to scarcity. Again, you say scarce, not scarce. Okay, scarce, not scarce. All right, so number 5, letter C is the correct choice there. Number 6, what denotes how far north or south a point is on the globe relative to the equator? Is it letter A, longitude, letter B, distance, letter C, meridian, or letter D, latitude? What's the correct answer? Sa mga social science major natin, ano kaya yung ating correct choice? Ayun, si Tita Bagobo Rebel. Hello po, Tita Grace, nanonood, no? Oh my, sabi niya, oh my, I've been pronouncing it the wrong way, the word scarce. So ayan yung spelling pala. S-C-A-R-C-E, tama yung C-E. Okay, so hindi siya S-E. So again, you pronounce that as scarce, hindi po scarce. Hindi po scarce, it's scarce. Okay, so again, we still have a chance to correct our mistakes. And life is a big learning experience. So again, that's scarce, not scarce. Okay? Kasalanan kasi yan ng mga English teacher natin ng elementary. Okay? So, napaka-importante talaga na sana sinasala, no? Lalong-lalo na sa ating public schools, sinasali na maigi yung ating mga teachers. Okay? Hindi pamumulitika yung nangyayari, no? Para yung mga magagaling talaga sana yung ilagay sa ating mga public schools, especially para at par naman yung mga public school graduates natin doon sa mga may kakayahang magbayad sa private schools, no? What's your answer for number 6? Iba-iba din yung sagot nyo for number 6. Maraming salamat for those of you who are sending your stars. Thank you po. I cannot mention your names, no? Hindi ko makikita. Nasa StreamYard ako sa isa kong device. But again, thank you so much, Sir Migs. Please thank them. I-like na lang or i-love yung kanilang comments, no? Yung kanilang stars. Maraming salamat po. Okay, number 6. May mga question mark pa rin number 6. Okay? Shout out sa lahat ng mga taga Bacolod City. Maayong gabi, sabi ni StudyLink Bacolod. Okay, that's one of our accounts sa StudyLink. All right, what's your answer? Iba-iba yung sagot nyo for number 6. What denotes how far north or south a point is on the globe relative to your equator? Is it letter A, longitude, letter B, distance, letter C, meridian, letter D, latitude? The correct answer here would be letter D. Latitude is the correct answer. Okay, puntahan po natin yung ating next slide. So again, if you are looking at your globe, okay, the model of the Earth, we have imaginary lines. Lahat ng ito, imaginary lines lamang, no? So, wag kayong pupunta sa kung saan mang parte ng mundo. For example, sa Ecuador, which is found on the equator, hanapin nyo yung equator, equatorial line, no? Lahat ito ay imaginary lamang. Imaginary lamang ito. So, we have some lines that are horizontal. Okay, you'd call this your latitude. And of course, you also have your vertical lines, and these are your longitudes. Okay, so yung question natin, how far north or how far south a point is from your equator, no? So your answer here would be latitude. Latitude would be the correct choice. Okay, so again, these are the different latitudes that we have dissecting the Earth, no? Dissecting your globe. Of course, 0 degree, that's your equator. As your equatorial line, imaginary line that cuts your Earth, no, horizontally, halfway. So midway siya ng Earth, horizontal line, that should be your equator. Now, yung longitude nito, yung vertical counterpart ng inyong equator would be your prime meridian. Okay, prime meridian naman yung 0 degree and also 180 degree vertical line. Okay, so that's your equator. Now, there is a common question in the left. Where can you find the Philippines? Is it above the equator or below the equator? What's your answer? Okay, saan makikita yung ating bansa? Where can you find the Philippines? Is it above the equator, below the equator, on the equator? Okay, the most difficult quiz ever, sabi ni Ma'am Charlene Impas Kalinawan. Pa-shout out sa Ramel Siralde from Vinzons, Camarines Norte. From Misamis Occidental, Ma'am Queenie Origenes or Orhines. From Parang Maguindanao, Ma'am Abdullah Mundas. Magandang gabi po. Okay, so a lot of you are answering above. Okay, what about the rest of you? What's your answer? Where can you find the Philippines? Above the equator? On the equator, below the equator. Okay, so meron ding below the equator, meron ding on the equator. Okay, above with a question mark. Sir GJ Mortab. Now, this was a question for Puno. I cannot remember. Is it? I think it's the quiz was the game show was 1 versus 1 million. Is it 1 versus 1 million? Okay, so that was a game show in ABS-CBN, on ABS-CBN before. The question was, saan mo matatagpuan yung Pilipinas? Nasa taas ba ng equator or nasa baba ng equator? The correct answer is we are found above the equator. So above po yung tamang sagot. Now, above. I will show you the map later. Okay, so your correct answer there should have been above the equator. Okay, so again, latitude po yung ating tamang sagot. 0 degree latitude would be your equator. As you go up, you have the different degrees there. Meron kang tropics dito, no? Yung Tropic of Cancer. That's 23.5 degrees north, no? Of the equator is Tropic of Cancer. You also have the Tropic of Capricorn. That's 23.5 degrees south of your equator. Now, sa iyong longitude naman, of course, yung pinaka-importante dito would be your prime meridian. Your longitude would influence your time zones. Okay, so kada linya dito, isang time zone. I will also be showing you the different time zones later. But pinaka-importante, correct answer for number 6 is letter D, that's latitude. Okay, so latitude po yung ating tamang sagot. All right, number 7. The prime meridian passes through blank. Letter A, Greenwich, England. Letter B, Warsaw, Poland. Letter C, Dublin, Ireland. Or letter D, Paris, France. What's the answer? Okay. The captain said above the equator, sabi na tita ko dito. Tita Grace, sabi, kinonsulta pa yung kapitan niyang asawa, no? Kapitan sa barko, no? Tito, hello po, good evening. So, above the equator. Tama po, above the equator yung ating sagot, no? Kung saan yung makikita yung Pilipinas, it's above the equator. It's not on the equator mismo. Hindi siya below the equator, but we are very near, no? Malapit tayo sa equator. And so, we are a tropical country, napakainit. Okay, napakainit dahil direkta yung sinag ng araw sa atin. Okay, hindi siya naka-angle. Kaya wala tayong different seasons, wala tayong walang difference no dito sa amin dito ngayon papuntang summer no, start na nga ng summer. Kapag alas 8 ng gabi, 8:30 ng gabi, no, 7:30, napaka maliwanag pa, no? So, when I first came here in 2018 at nasa hotel kami, no, meron kami parang training, tapos sabi sa amin, you should be back at 7:30 for our dinner and for the rest of the talks. And natulog kami ng yung sis ko, yung isa sa mga coaches niyo, si Coach Cindy. Okay, so natulog kami, roommate kami no, sa hotel. Pagkatapos, nung nagising kami, it was already 7:58, I think, 7:58 p.m. Pero napakaliwanag pa. It's almost as if 2:30 p.m. Parang alas 3 pa ng hapon, alas 2 ng hapon dyan sa atin. Kaya medyo disoriented talaga kami. No? Sabi ko, what? It's 7:58? 7:58 p.m. Napakaliwanag pa. This was in July. Okay, so July siya. So, sa atin sa Pilipinas, hindi natin nararanasan yan dahil napakalapit na natin sa equator. Okay, so direkta yung tama ng sinag ng araw, walang difference, hindi natin nararanasan yung masyadong solstice, no, yung winter solstice and summer solstice. Pag winter solstice is mas mahaba yung gabi, mas maiksi yung araw. So pag winter solstice naman alas 4, madilim na, parang alas 7 na ng gabi sa atin. Pag summer solstice naman alas 7 ng gabi, alas 8 ng gabi, maliwanag pa, no, parang alas 2, alas 3 ng hapon sa atin. Okay, so we don't experience that because we are found very near the equator, above the equator. Okay, going back to number 7. Again, this is pronounced as Greenwich. Okay, Greenwich, pag pumunta kayo ng Greenwich, no, pag tapos na yung MECQ, po pwede nang gumala-gala. You don't say, kain tayo sa Greenwich. Okay, you pronounce this as Greenwich, Greenwich, England. Okay, is it letter A, Greenwich, England? Where can you see the primary region passing through? Is it Greenwich, England, Warsaw, Poland? Letter C, Dublin, Ireland, Paris, France? Correct answer here would be letter A, Greenwich, England. That's the correct choice. Okay, so that's your primary region, Greenwich, England. Greenwich, England. Tama, no? Greenwich, England, the 0 degree primary region, 0 degree longitude. Okay, 0 degree longitude. Okay, so if you're looking at the different longitudes, I've mentioned a while ago, no? So each of the lines there of your longitude would stand for each of your time zones. Your Greenwich is this one right here. Okay, so yan yung Greenwich, no? So tinatamaan talaga siya ng prime meridian. So that's why that's our correct answer. So in the Philippines, our time zone is +8. +8 tayo, no? So nandito yung Pilipinas. Okay, that's +8. Kami naman sa South Carolina, nandito kami. Okay, so dito kami banda. Okay, over here. Okay, so that's why the difference in our time would be 12 hours, no? So pag ngayon is 6:41 a.m. on a Saturday, it's 6:41 p.m. on a Saturday then dyan sa Pilipinas. Okay, so that's because of the different longitudes that we have. That's your time zone. Okay, so kahit sa Amerika, no, iba-ibang parte ng Amerika, iba-iba din yung time zone nila kasi malawak nga sila, palapad sila. Okay, palapad yung kanilang bansa. Okay, now some of the different parts of the world have the same time zone as Manila. If you have someone who's working in Hong Kong, parehas lamang yung ating time zone. Singapore yata, parehas din, no? Yung Korea would be +1. Okay, so yung mga OPA nyo, +1 sila. Nasa +9 sila. Okay, so ahead sila sa atin ng +1. When I was in Saudi, ahead yung Pilipinas sa amin ng +6. Okay, so +6. All right, so these are the differences in the time zones because of our longitudes, because of the way your globe is divided by those imaginary lines. Okay, so again, tamang sagot natin would be letter A. Now we go to number 8. How does globalization affect culture? Is it letter A, more cultures come together as people move around the globe? Letter B, cultures tend to become more antagonistic as people move around the globe? Letter C, cultures tend to become more isolated as people move around the globe? Letter D, globalization has no notable effects on culture. Paano nakakaapekto sa ating kultura ang globalization? What's your answer? Okay, sabi ni Sir Nap dito, regards kay Coach Cindy. Super galing. Super galing din talaga. Lahat sila, ma'am. Actually, of course, Gurong Pinoy only gives you the best. Okay? Sinasala namin. We cannot put someone who we think is not trustworthy, no, who we think is not reliable. Of course, we only put forth someone who is reliable, someone who we know has the capacity to help you prepare for your death. Okay, number 8, what's your answer? Karamihang sagot dito, letter A, letter A. Okay, tama kayo dyan. Letter A would be the correct choice for number 8. Okay, so we all know what globalization is. It has become, or it has made the earth very small, no? It has made the earth smaller. When you say globalization, the earth has become smaller. The cultures have been mixed. So, po pwedeng globalization mo, we have competitions all around the world. So, kailangan nating magkaroon na ng K-12 dahil kailangan yung graduates natin would also have the chance to compete with the graduates all over the world. Kailangan yung skills ng ating mga graduates of the students that we have all over the world, pare-parehas, no? So that's globalization. May mga free trades na, open na lahat, pwede tayong pumunta dito, pwede kaming pumunta sa Amerika para magtrabaho, pwede yung mga iba nating kababayan pumunta sa ibang bansa para magtrabaho, and of course, added pa dyan yung social media, no? Dahil sa social media, napakaliit na talaga ng mundo. We are able to even do this live stream, and I am able to teach you, help you prepare for your life through globalization and through, of course, social media. Kung wala ito, we cannot do this, no? Imagine niyo dati, no, when I was young, my father was also working on a ship, no? So seaman yung tatay ko, and we would always do, or we would always make voice tapes, no? Nasa voice tapes pa, wala pang chat, wala pang messenger. Imagine niyo yung LDR nung una, no? Kung ngayon nahihirapan na kayo sa LDR situation ninyo, ano pa kaya dati, no? So kailangan niyo mag-voice tape. So kailangan niyo i-send yung voice tape at hihintayin, no? So, Tita Grace, na-experience mo yan, no? Kailangan mo mag-voice tape, mag-record ng inyong mensahe, kumakanta, no? Kumakanta kami sa voice tape, and of course, we will send that, at babalik din yung voice tape ng tatay namin. Kumakanta din siya, no? So, that's the way we communicated before, and of course, meron pa mga snail mail before. Ang sarap pa rin namang makatanggap ng liham talaga, no? Na i-open mo, iba yung smell, no? ng letter talaga na concrete, no? Yung hindi yung email lamang. Okay, so letter A here is the correct choice. More cultures come together as people move around the globe. Okay, they don't become antagonistic. Antagonistic means nag-aaway, may conflict. Okay, they don't become isolated. Isolated means exclusive. Siya lamang, no? Separated siya from the rest of the cultures. And hindi din namang walang effects. Siyempre may effect. May effect, no? Kaya merong mga K-pop fans, no? May mga armies, no? So meron kayong bias because of globalization. Now we are able to see different products, different entertainment coming from all over the world. Hindi lamang sa Pilipinas. Okay? So that's number 8, letter A. Number 9, who is considered the father of geography? Is it letter A, Hippocrates, letter B, Socrates, letter C, Euclid, or letter D, Eratosthenes? What's your answer for number 8? Alam to ng math major natin? Korea versus Philippines, no? So may mga away. Meron pa mga away between countries. Okay, may Korea versus Philippines pa. What do you think is the correct choice for number 9? Number 9, ano po ating correct choice? What's your choice for number 9? Letter D. Nakikita ko yung answer nyo. Letter D. May letter C. Again, please don't forget to share our video, start a watch party, tag your friends. Maraming salamat po to all our star senders. Maraming salamat sa mga nag-share na ng ating video, yung mga nag-start na ng watch party. Maraming salamat po. Kung hindi mo po yan nagagawa, no, meron pa po kayong chance, go ahead and do that. Thank you so much. Okay, father of geography. Is it letter A, Hippocrates, letter B, Socrates, letter C, Euclid, or letter D, Eratosthenes? Correct answer here would be letter D, Eratosthenes. Dati akala ko Eratosthenes, no? But it's Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes is the correct answer, letter D. He came up with all the terms in geography, no? Lahat ng terms, karamihang terms sa geography. He was the one who gave us those terms. And he was also the first to calculate the circumference of the Earth. Okay, and of course, he is also well known for his sieve of Eratosthenes that would show you the different prime numbers. Okay, I would show you that in a few seconds, in a few minutes. Now, let's take a look at the rest of our choices here. Hippocrates, of course, is known as the father of medicine. Socrates, very well known for his Socratic technique, Socratic method, Q&A method in teaching. And Euclid, on the other hand, he is one of the proponents of geometry. Okay, so he was the one who gave us Euclidean geometry. But of course, the one that we're looking for here, father of geography, would be Eratosthenes. Okay, what about your father of evolution? Sino yung father of evolution, people? What's your answer? Kasi bias itong si Let, no? Palaging nag-ask si Let ng father of, father of. Usually walang mother of, meron man madalang. Sino yung father of evolution naman? Sino yung father of evolution? Okay, go ahead and put it in our chat box. Who is considered as the father of evolution? Father of evolution, people. Sino nga yung inyong sagot? Charles Darwin. Okay, tama yan. Charles Darwin is known as the father of evolution. Father of genetics. Ito yung mga father na lumalabas sa left. Sino yung father of genetics? Father of genetics, people, who is known as the father of genetics. Father of genetics, sabi ni Sir Charito Manuel, ay mali. Okay lang po yan, sir. Father of genetics, sino nga? Okay, I can see some of your answers. Hindi ko muna babasahin. We're already at the father of genetics. So, Charles Darwin is a father of evolution. Si Charles Darwin yung nagsabing, galing ka sa ape. Okay? Galing ka sa unggoy. Okay? So, mukha kang unggoy, sabi ni Charles Darwin. Okay? So, that's the father of evolution, Charles Darwin. And the father of genetics, of course, is Gregor Mendel. Tama yan. Si Gregor Mendel, siya yung ating Austrian monk, no? Who started the study of genetics. Who is the father of the modern periodic table? Without using Google, dapat memorize nyo na to, no? We've already had this in our previous items. Who is known as the father of the modern periodic table? Okay, sino naman sa periodic table natin? Okay, who is known as the father of the modern periodic table? I can see some answers in our chat box. Father of the modern periodic table, that would be Dmitri Mendeleev. Tama yan, si Mendeleev. Okay, so Mendeleev is the father of the modern periodic table. Okay, so yan yung mga ibang fathers na. Who's the father of progressivism? Dapat alam nyo to sa isms of education. Sino yung father of progressivism? Yung cousin ko, si Kathy, no? Ma'am Kath Ortilano, how do you pronounce, ate? Sabi niya, Mendeleev. Hindi siya yung teacher natin, Dmitri Mendeleev. Okay, but it's pronounced as Mendeleev. Who is the father of progressivism? Sino naman yung father of progressivism? Okay, father of progressivism, I can already see some of your answers. For the father of progressivism, that would be John Dewey. Tama yan, John Dewey. Father of behaviorism. Sino naman yung father ng behaviorism? Father of behaviorism. Who's the father of behaviorism? Okay, sabi ni Sir Nap dito, pag supporter ka, dapat alam mo to dahil may exclusive content sila, no? Who is the father of behaviorism? I have just discussed this with the students of Bulacan State University, no? And dapat i-memoryado na to ng ating mga supporters. Okay, that's John Watson. John Watson. John din siya, no? So that's Watson. That's the correct answer. Okay, so huwag niyong kaligtaang aralin lahat ng mga fathers, no? Lahat ng fathers lumalabas po yan sa ating let. Okay, but here, of course, Eratosthenes is the correct answer. Father of geography. And this right here is his sieve. Okay, this is the technique, the tool that he used to show us the different prime numbers. Of course, when you say prime numbers, these are numbers that do not have other factors except itself and 1. Okay, so please try to remember 1 is not a prime number. Okay, so hindi po siya prime number. It's a special type of number. Okay, so hindi siya prime number. And this right here, yung mga nakabox nating number, these are your prime numbers. So 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, and so on. They do not have other factors but themselves and 1. Now, another common question in the LET, may common question sa LET na, how many prime numbers are there between 1 and 100? Okay, so 1 and 100, ilan nga yung answer, ilan nga yung numbers natin? Prime numbers natin between 1 to 100, if you can put it in the chat box without counting the numbers that we have here, because it's a very common question in the LET. Sir Rolando Martin, advance Happy Father's Day daw sa mga tatay. Sa 20 yata, no, yung Father's Day. Okay, 25. That's the correct choice. Okay, that's the correct answer. 25 po. Tandaan nyo yan. Lumalabas po yan sa ating LET. Okay, number of prime numbers. How many prime numbers are there between 1 to 100? The correct answer would be 25. Okay, so 25, that's the correct choice. Okay, now we go to number 10. Which civilization built Machu Picchu in the Andes Mountains of South America? Is it letter A, the Hittites, letter B, the Incas, letter C, the Sumerians, or letter D, the Harappa? What's the answer? Napag-aralan nyo ito sa inyong STS, no? Kung meron kayong STS, Science, Technology, and the Society, no? Pinag-aralan natin ito. Kahit sa ating social studies, pinag-aralan natin ito, no? Yung world history or ancient history. Okay, so what do you think is the correct choice for number 10? Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 10? Number 10, which civilization built Machu Picchu in the Andes Mountains of South America? Habol po sa mga medyo na late. Okay lang po yan, habol po. Pwede nyo pong balikan later. Okay, what's your answer? For number 10, which civilization built Machu Picchu in the Andes Mountains of South America? Is it letter A, the Hittites, letter B, the Incas, letter C, the Sumerians, or letter D, the Harappa? What's the answer for number 10? Okay, iba-iba yung sagot nyo. May B, may C. Correct answer here would be letter B. The Incas is the correct answer. Okay, so Incas here would be the correct choice. Okay, we're talking about Machu Picchu. Ito po yung Machu Picchu. The lost city of the Incas, it's on the Andes Mountains in Peru. Okay, South America, Machu Picchu, built by your Incans. Okay, so yung mga Incas mo yung nag-built nito, Machu Picchu. Now, this right here would be Hattusa, which is found in Turkey. Located in Turkey, this is Hattusa, the ancient capital of the Hittites. Okay, so ito naman yung Hittites. Okay, so Hittites naman, yung city nila or ancient capital nila is Hattusa, found in Turkey. Okay, this right here is Sumer. And of course, we know Sumer is an ancient civilization founded in the Mesopotamia between the two rivers there, no, Tigris and Euphrates or Euphrates. And of course, Mesopotamia now is called Iraq. Some people would pronounce it Iraq. Okay, their early settlers were called Ubaid or Ubaid. And of course, pinaka-importanteng contribution nila would be your cuneiform. Okay, cuneiform. This is the earliest writing system, earliest known writing system. Historians would say this is earlier than the Egyptians' hieroglyphics. Okay, so that's your cuneiform from the Sumer. Okay, they have given us the earliest form of writing system. That's Sumer in Mesopotamia, that is now modern-day Iraq. Okay, and of course, the last one, Harappa. This is a settlement found in Punjab in India. Okay, so parte na siya ng India ngayon, ang Harappa. Now, we all know that a lot of our civilization started dyan, no, malapit sa Indus Valley, malapit sa river, no, usually river yung source nila. Kaya maraming settlements yung nag-start, maraming civilization nag-start malapit sa mga rivers, malapit sa mga bodies of water because of course, they needed water source to have agriculture because of course they need food so that they can survive. Okay, so those are the 4 different types of ancient civilization that we have, but the correct answer would be letter B, the Incas. Okay, Incas po yung ating tamang sagot. Okay, number 11, what major geographical feature divides the main regions of the African continent? Is it letter A, the Tibetan Plateau, letter B, the Amazon, letter C, the Andes, or letter D, the Sahara Desert? What's the answer? Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 11? Number 11, what's your correct choice? Sir Adolfo Pimentel Mari, na-late daw siya. Hindi kasi ako na-update na may live stream ngayon. May nakapost po tayong video for our June schedule. Basta panoorin niyo po yan ulit. And of course, so that you can be updated, you follow po. I-follow niyo po. I-click niyo po yung follow sa ating Facebook page. Pwede din naman pong i-subscribe sa ating YouTube channel. And don't forget sa YouTube kasi, kahit nakasubscribe ka, dapat hit mo yung bell notification. Yung bell icon, i-hit mo siya para every time na may bagong video or may schedule for a premiere or for a live stream, ay ma-notify kayo. Okay? Sa Facebook po, kailangan yung i-follow. I-click nyo yung follow. Pag hindi pa naka-follow naman yata si Sir Adolfo. Baka nakaligtaan nyo lang, Sir, dahil marami kayong notification. Naging busy yata. Or alam ko, mahaba kasing brownout, no? Mahaba yung brownout kanina, blackout pa nga. Yung power interruption dyan sa Pilipinas. Walang pinipili, no? Kahit may bagyo, walang bagyo, summer, tag-ulan. Brownout ang brownout. Kailangan na talaga magka-solar dyan sa Pilipinas, no? Sana ma-utilize yung solar power dahil napakainit naman sa Pilipinas. Kaya sana yung solar. Okay, 11. Ano kaya yung tamang sagot? What's your answer? May D. May ibang C. O, ayan, sabi ni Ma'am T, Cabo brown out, tapos tataas din daw po ang singil ng kuryente. Ang hirap ng buhay ngayon sa Pilipinas. Grabe, no? Sige lang po, kapit lang. Yan naman kasi yung kagandahan sa pagiging Pinoy, napaka-resilient, no? Napaka-matiisin. Kaya nga tayo merong salawikain habang maiksi ang kumot, matuto kang mamaluktot. Okay? So, kayang tiisin. Kayang-kaya pa rin. Kahit mahirap yung buhay, tawa pa rin yung tawa yung Pinoy. Okay? Now, number 11, what major geographical feature divides the main regions of the African continent? Yung pinaka-hint nyo dito would be Africa. Okay? African continent. Saan ba dito nakikita nyo sa Africa? Is it the Tibetan Plateau, the Amazon, the Andes? We have just discussed the Andes a while ago. Correct answer would be the Sahara Desert. Siya lang naman yung nakikita nyo dito sa Africa. Okay? Siya lang yung nakikita nyo sa Africa. Tibetan Plateau is found on the western part of mainland China. Please don't forget, this is the world's highest plateau. Okay, so Tibetan Plateau, if there's a question in the let, where can you find the highest plateau in the world? The answer would be in Tibet. Okay, or western part of mainland China. The Amazon, of course, this is found, majority is located in Brazil. The rest can be found in Peru, Colombia, Ecuador, Bolivia, Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. So, nasa South America siya. And of course, the Andes, ganun din. South America din siya, along the west coast of South America. And bisect seven countries, Venezuela, Colombia, dapat O to, no? Hindi siya U. Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. Also, don't forget, the Andes is the longest of all mountain ranges. Okay, so mountain chains pala. Hindi siya mountain range. Okay, so that's the Andes. All right. Now we go to number 12. Which of the following is an example of convergent evolution? Is it letter A, the bones in a human hand are similar to those in a dog's paw? Letter B, finches in the Galapagos develop specialized beaks. Letter C, a spider develops a web that is better at catching insects. Letter D, whales and fish both develop the ability to swim in the ocean? What's the answer? Sabi dito ni Sir Adolfo Pimentel Mari, naka-follow po ako ma'am, kaso wala lang load at naka-quarantine. Aha, may mga kasama ako sa work na nag-positive po. At saka brown out po kanina. Bukas po ba? Yes, meron po tayong live stream bukas. Meron po tayong Prof Ed bukas starting still at 6 p.m. And of course, if you are going to be taking your CSE, if you are going to be taking the CSE kahit na hindi sa July 18, no? If you are planning to take the CSE very soon or in the future, meron po tayong live stream din ng ating orientation for CSE that's going to be at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Okay, so 10 a.m. tomorrow, CSE orientation. There's going to be a pre-test for those who are enrolled for CSE. And of course, at 6 p.m., meron po tayong Prof Ed. And if you are enrolled sa Gurong Pinoy, no, of course, you will have the chance to complete your quizzes. Okay, so yung quizzes natin. Okay, lockdown dyan sa Iloilo. Marami yatang parte ngayon na naka-lockdown. Okay, so sabi din ni Ma'am Tina Cabo, kahit pinindot ko na po yung all sa YT, di po nagno-notify sa akin. Baka marami kang fina-follow or marami kang sinubscribe, Ma'am Tin, tapos natatabunan minsan. Okay, or baka meron talagang diferensya sa kanilang sistema, no? Number 12, what's your choice? Ano po yung inyong sagot for number 12? This is ecology, part of science. Ecology. Okay, may letter D, may A, may C. Iba-iba ang sagot for number 12. Okay, go ahead and write your answer. Put your answer in our chat box. Again, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, especially so that we can reach out to more people. Okay, let's go back to your question. Which of the following is an example of convergent evolution? Now we have may difference itong ating types of evolution. Merong convergent. You all know the meaning of convergent. Meron kasi tayong convergent questions, no? Sa Prof Ed, when you say convergent, both of them would develop the same type of characteristic. Okay, so if they both develop the same type of characteristic, that would be your convergent evolution. If they have similar characteristics and eventually they diverge, no? They develop some characteristics that are distinct, magkaiba na yung characteristics nila, that would be divergent evolution. So again here, when you say convergent evolution, both species or different species would develop the same type of characteristic, the same type of skill, for example. And the correct answer here is letter D. Whales and fish both develop the ability to swim in the ocean. Letter D po ang ating tamang sagot. Okay, so letter D po, that's the correct choice. Again, when you say convergent evolution, that's the evolution of similar features in different species, and this would result to analogous structures. When you say analogous structures, these are structures that you can find in modern-day species that may not have been there in ancient forms of these species, no? So dati nilang forms, of course, we know that your species would adapt and eventually your species would evolve, no? So dating form nila, in their ancient forms, wala nang ganitong structure. If both of them, for example, your whale and your fish, different species, if both of them would develop this ability, this characteristic, then you'd call that your convergent evolution. So this nga would result to analogous structures. These are structures that do not have the same evolution, that they do not have the same, they did not evolve in the same way, but right now in modern day species, meron tayong nakikitang ganito. This is different from what you call your homologous structures. Now, homologous structures naman itong bones in a human hand are similar to those in a dog's paw. Ito naman yung tinatawag nating homologous structures. Homologous structures, these are the different parts of the bodies of different species. They may play different roles. For example, sa man, yung hand natin, hindi naman natin ginagamit panlakad, hindi katulad ng dog, no? So, they may play different roles, but if you try to examine them, if you try to examine especially their bones, they are very similar. And that would suggest that they came from one common ancestor. So, yan yun ang tinatawag natin homologous structures. They came from one common ancestor and they may play different roles right now. Okay, so that's homologous structures. Analogous structures mo naman, they may not have been found in the previous versions of these species, but now in modern day, they play the same role. The same role yung inyong, the same role, the same structure, yung analogous structure mo, the same function pala yung analogous structure mo. Homologous structure mo, not the same function, but the same structure. Okay, the same structure. Anatomically is the same siya. Finches in the Galapagos develop specialized beaks. A spider develops a web that is better at catching insects. These are just your adaptation. So adaptation lang sila. Okay, so again, when you say adaptation, that is any change in your species. It might be behavioral, it might be structural, and of course, the main purpose for this is survival. Bakit nag-a-adapt yung isang species? So that they can survive. The main reason is survival. Kaya may sinasabi si Charles Darwin na survival of the fittest, no? So eventually, because of all these adaptations, yung mga species natin ay nag-e-evolve. Yan nga yung sabi nila, dati yung giraffe daw, hindi mahaba yung neck, no? Hindi mahaba yung leeg ng previous versions ng ating giraffes. But because they had to reach the branches of the trees, no? So they had to pull their necks up. So eventually, yung species ng giraffes na meron tayo now would already have very long necks. Okay, so yan, before I would tell my students, do not cheat, do not look at the papers of your classmates, or else you are going to have long necks. Okay, because we can adapt and we can evolve. Okay, but here again, number 12, letter D, is the correct choice. Number 13, what is the atomic number of an atom? Is it letter A, the number of neutrons and electrons? Letter B, the number of protons and neutrons? Letter C, the number of protons? Or letter D, the number of protons and electrons? What's your choice? Okay, what's your answer for number 13? This is still science. It's chemistry. Okay, chemistry po ito. Ano kaya ang ating tamang sagot for question number 13? Before I forget, Happy Pride Month sa lahat ng mga members ng ating LGBTQ, no? Happy Pride Month po. Okay, welcome sa Gurong Pinoy. Pasok po kayo. Sa mga first-timer natin, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell notification. Ika nga ni Jessica Soho. Okay, and of course, please follow our Facebook page if you have questions. If you want to become a member of our Gurong Pinoy teams and you'd want to have your copy of your presentation, a PowerPoint presentation natin dito, please send us a message to our Facebook page. Okay. What's the answer for number 13? 13 po. 13. Nakita ko kasi yung profile pic ni Sir Mark Hosol or Josol. Kaya naka-rainbow siya. What's the answer for number 13? Ano po yung sagot niyo for number 13? O, samut-sari din yung sagot sa number 13. My B, C, D. What do you think is the correct choice? Sir Adolfo Pimentel Mari, wala pa rin po tayong agri-fish arts na coach, no? Ganon din sa TLE, mahirap kasing maghanap. And you all know we cannot put someone na we cannot trust. Okay, so again, we have our freebies. Puntahan niyo lamang po yung freebies natin, Google Classroom, pero wala pa rin po tayong coach as of the moment. Ayan, di umano, sabi ni Ma'am Tin. Maraming nanonood sa YouTube ang di pa nakasubscribe at di pa nagla-like ng video. Hit like na mga kaguro. Mag-like na kayo. Maraming salamat, Ma'am Tin. And of course, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ma'am Inaj, Mary Jane yata to. Mary Jane Zenara Alag ang Kala. New member siya. Welcome po. Okay, D. Ma'am Chari Benban na late. Okay lang po yan. Habol po tayo. Dana po. At sabi ni Ma'am Liza Dula, nag-like na at nag-subscribe. Maraming salamat po. Okay, letter D. Karamihang sagot ay letter D. May A, B, C, D. Okay, Ma'am Jovelyn Agan, meron po tayong English. Mag-send po kayo ng Facebook, na message dyan sa Facebook page later. Okay, number 13, what is the atomic number of an atom? The correct answer here would be letter C, the number of protons. Okay, number of protons would be the correct choice for number 13. Let's take a look at your next slide. Okay, now remember, your atom, when you say atom, that's the basic unit of matter. Okay, when you say matter, this is anything that occupies space and has mass. Everything around us is matter. The basic unit of matter is an atom. Okay, so atom po yan. Now, sa atom mo, which is the basic unit of matter, meron pa siyang subatomic particles. Meron pa siyang tatlong maliliit na parte, no? That's your protons, neutrons, and electrons. Now, your table here would show us the differences between them. According to their charge, your proton would be positively charged, your neutron would be neutral, hence the term neutron, your electron would be negatively charged. Kaya yung proton mo and neutron mo would always be attracted to each other. Remember, opposites attract. Kaya ikaw, na-attract ka sa kanya, marahil opposites din yung inyong characteristic. Okay? Pag masyado kayong compatible, masyado kayong magkaparehas, minsan nagiging boring. Okay? So sabi sa chemistry, opposites attract. Your protons would get attracted to your electrons. Okay? So, yan din yung nasa magnet mo, no? Kaya may positive side ng magnet mo, may negative side ng magnet mo. Okay, now, ang neutron again, that's neutral. Now, according to their mass, yung unit dito is AMU, that's atomic mass unit. Yung proton mo and neutron would have a mass of 1 AMU, almost the same yung kanilang mass. Your electron is very, very light. It's negligible. Okay, so halos wala siyang mass. Okay, so wala siyang mass. And according to their location, your proton and your neutrons can both be found in the nucleus at the center of your atom, while your electrons can be found in the orbitals, or what we call your energy shell, no, your electron cloud. So this here would be your protons. Those that are red in color, positively charged, and of course, together with your neutrons. Yung neutrons mo naman wala siyang charge. Both of them can be found in the nucleus of your atom. Yung electron mo, which is negatively charged, nandyan siya outside. So, hindi siya makikita dyan sa nucleus. And of course, your electron has no mass. Okay? Napaka-light niya, negligible yung mass niya. Yung electrons mo kasi, out of the three, ito yung kitikite. Okay? Ito yung hindi mapakali. Ito yung hyper, no? Yung electrons mo. So whenever your atom is going to bond with another atom, that out of these three subatomic particles, what would be involved would be your electron. Yung electron yung palipat-lipat, ito yung tumatalon, ito yung isi-share, ito yung lilipat, no? So electron lamang yung involved sa bonding. Hindi nagagalaw itong protons and neutrons mo na makikita sa gitna. Now, yung kagandahan naman yung protons and neutrons mo, sila naman yung component ng inyong atomic mass. Okay? So, if you are trying to get the atomic mass, that would be protons plus neutrons. And so, if you are trying to get the number of neutrons, you just reverse our operation here. That would be atomic mass minus the number of protons. Now, your atomic number, ang question nga natin, no, what is the atomic number of an atom? Yung ating sagot would be the number of protons. Whatever is the number of protons of your atom, that would always be the atomic number. Okay, so atomic number would be the number of protons always. So in this case right here, it has two protons, helium also as an atom, helium as an element, its atomic number is 2. Okay, so atomic number would always be equal to the number of protons. Number of protons, that's your atomic number. Don't forget, atomic mass is protons plus neutrons. Now, the electrons can also be equal to your atomic number, but it's not always the case, no? Equal lamang yung electrons mo sa iyong atomic number kapag walang charge ang iyong atom. Okay? If your atom is neutral, wala siyang charge, then the number of electrons would also be equal to your atomic number. Pero pag may charge siya, for example, pag +1 siya, that means kulang siya ng isang electron. Pag -1 naman yung charge ng inyong atom, that means may sobra siyang isang electron. Okay? Tinuturo lahat to sa chemistry. If chemistry was one of your subjects, I hated chemistry when I was studying, no? When I was in high school, I went to the University of the Philippines, high school in Iloilo. I hated chemistry. Hindi ko siya like kasi maraming computation sa chemistry, no? And now I'm thinking it might be, sorry sa aking teacher, it might be teacher dependent then because now I'm teaching this, no? Tinuturo ko siya when I was teaching physical science. physical science is chemistry plus physics. So tinuturo ko siya and I love it, and my students learn to love it. Okay, so sometimes depende din kasi siguro sa pagtuturo. No? Pag medyo sobrang rigid, hindi siya fun, hindi mo siya mali-learn to love. No? So dapat fun talaga siya. So as a teacher, gawin mong fun, gawin mong meaningful yung inyong pagtuturo para ma-appreciate din ng inyong students ang inyong subject. Okay? So again, the correct answer there would be protons. Number of protons would always be equal to your atomic number. Your number of electrons can sometimes be equal to your atomic number if your atom is neutral. It has no charge. Your atomic mass, on the other hand, that's protons plus neutrons. So what then would be the mass of helium? Okay? Ano kaya yung mass ng helium natin? Okay, if you will be asked, what's the atomic mass of helium? What's the atomic mass of helium, people? Ano kaya yung mass ng ating helium? Ba't nawala na yung ating Facebook? Wala na yata nagko-comment sa Facebook. Sir Adolfo Pimentel Mari, ma'am, pwede po ba ako makasali sa civil service exam kahit naka-enroll? Yes. Kahit naka-enroll po ako sa LET, again, sinasabi ko nga, wala pong conflict yung LET nyo at yung civil service. So po pwede po kayo mag-enroll sa civil service kahit na naka-enroll din po kayo sa LET. Mas maganda po ngayon po, no? Mas maganda yon para mas marami kayong choices. No? Mas marami kayong resources. Okay, yung ating CSE po is fully online. Okay, so video activities, and video test. Okay, so yun yung gagawin ng ating CSE. So again, meron po tayong orientation for CSE tomorrow at 10 a.m. So please don't forget, I will be putting the link later. The orientation is going to be live streamed. Okay? Sabi ni Tita Grace dito, luto muna ako ng dinner. I'm listening to learn more, maski senior na ako. Okay? So she's not going to take the LET. She's a very close friend of ours now, family friend natin, si Tita Grace, but she is also watching because she wants to learn. Sumasagot din si Tita. Okay, again, the question is, what is the atomic mass of your helium atom? Okay, may 2, may 3, may 4. Correct answer be 4. Bakit 4? Di ba nga sabi natin atomic mass? Ayan ayan yung formula natin. Atomic mass is protons plus neutrons. Meron kang dalawang protons, meron ka ding dalawang neutrons, 2 plus 2. Of course, elementary, no, grade 1, 2 plus 2 is 4. So 4 po yung ating tamang sagot. Okay, so atomic mass 4 would be the answer. Okay, if you are given the atomic mass and the atomic number, you are asked for the number of neutrons, you simply subtract. Okay, subtract mo lamang number of protons mo from your atomic mass. All right, now we go to number 14. The oven in your house uses convection to heat food. This means that the oven circulates hot air, which cooks food. The food. The oven uses extra insulation to cook the food faster. Letter C, the oven uses an electromagnet to cook the food faster. Letter D, the oven uses induction to cook the food. What's the answer? Sir Adolfo Pimentel Mari, magkano po ba ang payment sa review civil service? It's only 1,000 for the first 50 students po. It's fully online, marami pong activities, yung English, yung math nyo, yung mga activities nyo, nandyan po online. So mag-a-answer lamang kayo, sasagutin nyo using your phone or using your laptop. Okay, what's the answer? Number 14. Ayan, nagbigay ng formula si Sir Jason Abadis. Since the atomic number of helium is 2 and the formula is P plus N, okay, protons plus neutrons, 2 plus 2 is 4. Tama po. Tama, sir, sabi ni Ma'am Tin. Number 14, what's the correct answer for number 14, people? Konti lang yata nagsasagot. Magsagot po kayo, of course. You have to be participative so that you will remember everything. Okay, remember, if you are doing the real thing, then that becomes meaningful and that type of learning becomes more permanent. Okay, what's the correct answer? What's the answer for question number 14? Please put your answer in our chat box. Do and say 90%, sabi ni Sir Nap. Tama po yan. Okay. Mukhang marami na namang ligwak sa number 14. Now, this right here, we'd usually pronounce this oven, no? Sa atin, oven. Oven. Please turn on the oven, sabi natin sa Pilipinas. But that is pronounced as oven. Okay, so oven po. Ang tamang pronunciation dyan would be oven. Okay, so oven. Hindi siya oven. Okay, not oven but oven. Okay, so dapat tama na yung ating pronunciation, no? Okay lang magkamali dati or mali dati. Importante pag alam na yung tama, i-correct nyo na, no? So dapat oven na. So mamaya, no, pag nag-pronounce ka nyo yan, initin mo nga yung sabaw sa oven. So hindi na siya oven, hindi na siya oven. Oven, oven, halos wala siyang stress. Yung schwa, yung unstressed na sound siya, oven. Okay? Okay, now number 14, the oven in your house uses convection to heat food. This means that the oven circulates hot air which cooks the food. The oven uses extra insulation to cook the food faster. The oven uses an electromagnet to cook the food faster. The oven uses induction to cook the food. Now, some of you have answered letter D, no? Dahil nalito kayo dito, dahil may induction. Meron nga tayong tinatawag na induction stoves, no? But the correct answer here would be letter A. Letter A po ang tamang sagot. The oven circulates hot air which cooks the food. That is the meaning of the term convection. Let's take a look at your next slide. Now remember, there are three types of ways or three ways through which you can transfer heat. Okay, so these are found on your screen right now. You may do it through conduction. Okay, so pwedeng conduction, pwedeng convection, pwede din namang radiation. Okay, so what's the meaning of these three types of heat transfer? Now, when you say conduction here, energy is transferred by direct contact. So, direktang contact, direktang hawakan mo siya, energy or heat is transferred. That's why, if you may have noticed, kahit na yung nasa puwet lamang ng kaldero, puwet lamang ng pot nyo, yung nakatouch sa inyong oven, nakatouch sa fire, eventually, yung handle niya ay iinit din, okay? Because that's conduction. Because of direct contact, kasi connected siya sa pot mo, this part of the pot eventually is also going to become hot. This part of the pot, the handle, is also going to become hot, especially if it's made up of metal, okay? Because, of course, we know that metal is a very good conductor of heat, no? Conductor of electricity. Now, kaya tayo gumagamit ng plastic, may mga plastic handles yung ating pots. Convection, on the other hand, this is energy transfer by mass motion of molecules. So circulation, yun nangyayari sa ating convection. Ito yung ating tamang sagot, no? So convection mo, circulation of mass motion or mass motion of molecules, usually this would happen in your liquid, also would happen in your gas. Okay, so that's convection. This is the reason why you have your continental drift theory. Okay, bakit may continental drift? It's because of convection. Okay, so hot materials coming from the earth, dahil nga sa convection, would go up and eventually it would form new crust. So the older crust would be pushed towards the side, no? So that's convection. This is also the reason, convection mo is also the reason why we have your two types of breeze, your sea breeze and your land breeze. Okay, tanong, if it's morning, if it's daytime, what type of breeze do you have? Is it sea breeze or land breeze? Okay, sea breeze or land breeze? Pag umaga, no, pag araw, pag daytime, anong klase ng breeze meron tayo? Sea breeze or land breeze? What's the answer? Ano yung sagot nyo? Pag umaga, pag pumunta ka sa beach, Okay, we're talking about your breeze, no? Yung breeze, yung simoy ng hangin, yung ihip ng hangin. Okay? Dahil nga yan sa convection. Because of the differences in the temperatures of the air molecules, you have the convection, no? Convection of gases, convection of molecules. So if it's, the question is, if it's morning, if it's daytime, what type of breeze do you have? Is it land breeze or sea breeze? Kung naaalala mo, no, yung dating nag-date kayo ng iyong ex-boyfriend o yung ex-girlfriend, pumunta kayo ng beach, wala pang quarantine, no, wala pang pandemic, you were HHWW, no? Tama ba? WW. Holding hands, no, HHWW, holding hands while walking. Okay, you were HHWW, holding hands while walking. What can you remember? Is it, were you having sea breeze or land breeze? Or wala kang naalala? Iba yung naalala mo? Iba yung ginawa mong naaalala mo ngayon? Okay, sea breeze ba or land breeze? Anong nangyayari kapag ka-araw? Okay, kapag ka-umaga? Is it land breeze or sea breeze? Oh, ayan si Sir Al Rashid Daod. Ma'am Tien, nakapag-date ka na ba sa beach? Sea breeze, hot breeze. Sabi ni Ma'am Eva Cuenca, hot breeze pag si X. Sea breeze kaya or land breeze? HHWW. Alam daw ni Ma'am Tin, oh. Okay, the correct answer there would be sea breeze. Kapag ka daytime sea breeze po, galing sa dagat, yung simoy ng hangin, ang ihip ng hangin ay galing sa dagat kapag ka sea breeze. Kaya magandang pumunta sa beach, no? Kapag ka daytime, because the breeze will be coming from the sea, no? So medyo malamig yung hangin galing sa sea. Bakit sea breeze siya? Dahil because if you have the beach, meron kang land at meron kang sea, alin yung mas mabilis uminit? Alin yung mas mabilis uminit? Yung land ba or yung sea? Tingnan ko nga. Alin yung mas mabilis uminit? Which among those two would heat up faster? Your land or your sea or your ocean? Kape po tayo. Saan yung mas mabilis uminit? Kayo talaga, wala kayong naalala. Iba yung naalala nyo. Si X lang yung naalala nyo, no? Wala na kayong ibang napansin nung pumunta kayo sa beach, nag-HHWW kayo, wala na kayong ibang napansin tawag dito, si X na lang, or si boyfriend na lang, or si girlfriend na lang. Again, yung tanong ko is, alin yung mas mabilis uminit? Kapag ka-araw, of course, mainit dahil may araw, okay? So, there's the sun. So, alin yung mas mabilis uminit? The correct answer would be, mas mabilis uminit yung sea. Okay? So, mas mabilis uminit yung sea, pero mas matagal namang maging ano yung bumahaw? Anong bahaw? Anong bahaw sa Filipino or sa Tagalog? Okay? So, mas mabilis uminit yung land at mas matagal din siyang bumugnaw or bumahaw. Hindi ko alam kung anong bahaw. Lumamig. Tama yon, Ma'am Rosany. Sorry, no. So, again, yung answer natin, mas mabilis uminit yung land. Hindi sea, ha? Mas mabilis uminit yung land at mas matagal din siyang lumamig. So, what happens is that the air molecules coming from the land would be hotter. Okay? So, air molecules coming from the land would be hotter, and we all know that hotter molecules would rise up, no? So, pumupunta siya sa ibabaw ng inyong atmosphere, papaitaas siya dahil of course it's hot, kaya nga tayo may hot air balloon, no? Kaya kapag nakasakay ka sa hot air balloon, lumilipad, no? So, the hotter air molecules would rise up, kaya nga rin kapag may sunog, dapat nagko-crawl down ka, nasa malapit ka sa ground dahil doon yung fresh air, no? Doon yung mas malamig na hangin nasa ground. Okay? So because hotter air molecules would rise up. So what happens is that land air molecules would go up because they're hotter. And so pupunan siya ngayon ng air molecules coming from the sea. Kaya kapag araw, meron kang sea breeze. Okay? So yung air molecules coming from the sea would go towards the land because land air molecules were lifted because of their temperature. Okay? So pag gabi naman, your breeze will be coming from the land. Okay? Galing naman sa land yung inyong land breeze and sea breeze. Okay? So that's your sea breeze and land breeze. Again, land breeze kapag kagabi, sea breeze kapag umaga, okay, kapag ka daytime. Okay, so again, that's for convection. And for radiation naman, this is energy transfer by electromagnetic radiation. This is a very common question in the LET, no? Common question ito sa LET. How do sun's rays reach the surface of the earth? Yan yung common question sa LET, no? How do sun rays reach the surface of the earth? Your answer will be radiation. So pag nagba-barbecue ka, yung barbecue mo, yung baboy mo, hindi naman siya nakatouch sa apoy, no? Sa fire mo, hindi naman siya directly nakatouch sa fire mo, pero naluluto siya, that's because of radiation, electromagnetic radiation. So radiation po yung sagot dyan. If your question is how do sun's rays reach your surface of the earth, the answer will be radiation. Okay, so again, that's convection. The correct answer would be convection. Convection. Okay? So again, sandali lamang, no, i-correct ko lamang sinabi ko. Yung land mo would easily heat up, and it would also easily cool down. Mas mabilis din siya mag-cool down eventually. Okay? So that's your conduction, convection, radiation. Now, number 15, math na po tayo. Math. Bahaw, lami, nakaunon with bulad, ginamos. Sabi ni Ma'am Jocelyn, okay, ginamos. Okay, number 15, this is math. Find the perimeter. Okay, is it letter A, 45, letter B, 63, letter C, 73, or letter D, 116? What's the answer? What's the answer? What's the answer, people? What's your answer for number 15? This is already math. Okay. We're looking for your perimeter. Bakit may angry? Si Sir Jun yata, iba ng pindot ni Sir Jun. Nag-angry face si Sir Jun. Okay, number 15, this is math, and we're looking for your perimeter. Okay, karamihang sagot is letter B. Letter B, may ilang letter C. Correct answer be letter B. Now remember, your perimeter is just the sum of all sides. Sum of all sides. Hindi po kasali yung 10 na nasa gitna, no? Hindi siya kasali. So sum of all sides lamang siya because we are looking at your entire shape. So that would be 8 plus 12, that would give you 20. Plus 28, that would be 48. Plus 15, and so the answer would be letter B, 63. Okay, so 63 po yung tamang sagot. 63, hindi po 73 ha. 63 po yung tamang sagot natin. 15, B lamang po. Hindi kasama yung nasa gitnang 10 because we are just adding the sides for your perimeter. Again, remember, perimeter is the sum of all sides. Hindi kasali itong number 10 mong nasa gitna. Okay, number 16. Amy, Barry, and Carter are building a fence. Together, it takes them 4 hours. If Amy worked alone, it would take her 14 hours. If Carter worked alone, it would take him 16 hours, rounded to the nearest hour. How long would it take Barry to build the fence alone? Is it letter A, 9 hours? Letter B, 12 hours? Letter C, 13 hours? Or letter D, 17 hours? What's the answer? What's the answer? Again, please do like this video. Start a watch party, tag your friends, share this video, especially mag-like po kayo, mag-heart, mag-send po kayo ng inyong stars. Thank you for those of you who have already sent your stars. Again, tomorrow we are going to have Prof Ed. So wag pong kaligtaang manood, no? 6 p.m. Philippine time. What's your answer for number 16? Okay, may nakikita akong sagot na B, may A, may D. Sige, isolve nyo muna sa mga hindi nakasagot ng ating quizzes. What do you think is the correct answer for number 16? together, kung silang tatlo magkakasama, 4 hours lamang natatapos nila. Kung si Amy lamang, 14 hours niyang natatapos. Kung si Carter lamang, 16 hours niyang natatapos. Okay? So now, yung tanong natin, paano naman si Barry? Kung si Barry lamang mag-isa, rounded to the nearest hour, ilang hours na kaya matatapos yung trabaho? Okay? Is it 9 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours, or 17 hours? Maraming salamat for those of you who are sending your congratulatory note to Gurong Pinoy. Ito si President. Congrats, ma'am, sa 1 million views dito sa YouTube. Maraming salamat po. And of course, that's all because of our supporters, our YouTube viewers. No? Thank you so much. Again, balikan niyo po yung ating mga video sa YouTube. Napakarami po nating video sa YouTube, no? Sa ating live stream lamang na playlist, more than 100 yung ating videos doon, no? So, mahaba po yung live stream natin na mga videos. So, more than an hour usually. 2 hours siguro at the minimum, no? 2 hours. And aside from that, meron din po tayong Gen Ed na separate. Meron din po tayong Prof Ed na separate na playlist. Meron din po tayong Science na playlist, no? So, panoorin niyo po yan lahat. Okay? All right, I can already see some of your answers. My A, my B, my C, my D. Tingin ko, maraming nanghula. Okay, let's take a look at the correct answer here. Correct answer here is letter A. 9 hours po yung ating tamang sagot. Okay, let's take a look at your question again. No? So you have Amy, Barry, and Carter building a fence. Together, it would only take them 4 hours. If Amy worked alone, it would take her 14 hours. If Carter worked alone, it would take him 16 hours. What about Barry? Okay, round it to the nearest hour. Of course, this is an example of your working together problem. Okay, and this would be your formula. 1 over A plus 1 over B plus 1 over C equals 1 over T. Okay, so A here would be the number of hours it would take Amy to complete the work if she is working alone. B would be for Barry. And C would be for Carter, okay? And T, of course, would be them together, okay? So let's try to substitute all the variables that we can substitute. So again, here, 1 over 14, saan natin kinuha yung 14? That would be the time it would take Amy to complete the work if she is working alone. Okay, so ayan, 14 hours. Si Carter naman, it would take him 16 hours. So ito yung ating 1 over 16. Yung 1 over B mo, ito yung hinahanap natin kay Barry. Okay? And 1 over 4, saan kinuha yung 4? If they are all working together, they can finish it in just 4 hours. Okay, so that's why together is better. Okay, together is always better. Okay, so 1 over 14, again, number of hours it would take Amy to complete the work if she's working alone. 1 over B, we're looking for B. 1 over 16, number of hours it would take Carter to finish the job working alone. And 1 over 4, it would only take them 4 hours to work together. Okay, now, we would want to isolate your 1 over B here. So, isolate natin yung 1 over B. What we do is, ilipat natin itong 1 over 14 and 1 over 16 sa other side. That we have to remember that they should have been added. Okay, so pagkalipat natin, we are just going to have 1 over B equals 1/4. Ito yung 1/4 natin, original, minus, okay, again, since they were positive, right now, since nilipat natin siya sa kabila, they would all be, they would now have the negative sign. Okay, so minus 1 over 14 plus 1 over 16. Okay? Now, according to your rules, no, sa operations mo, the order of operations, uunahin mo itong nasa parentheses. Okay? So, PEMDAS nga, no? Uunahin mo itong nasa parentheses mo. So, we are going to add 1 over 14 to your 1 over 16. Ang problema natin, we cannot add this directly, no? Hindi po pwede because they are dissimilar fractions. Their denominators are not the same. So what we do is we need to make them similar fractions first by looking for their LCD, no? LCD or LCM. Now, there is an easier way for you to do that. Yung gagawin natin is we multiply your denominators. Imo-multiply mo lamang itong iyong numerator. Makinig, 14 times 16, pagka-multiply mo niyan, yung answer will be 224. That will be your denominator now. So again, you multiplied 14 and 16. No? 14 by 16, that would be 224. Then you cross-multiply your fractions here. You multiply 1 and 16. Okay, so 1 multiplied by 16, that would give you 16. 1 multiplied by 14, that would give you 14. And just copy the sign that you have in the middle, okay? This can also be applied in your subtraction. If you are trying to subtract these similar fractions, pwede mo rin gamitin itong technique na to, okay? So again, first, you multiply both the denominators. You have 14 times 16, and that's going to be the final denominator of your fraction here. Then you cross-multiply your fractions. 1 times 16, that's 16. Copy the sign, that's plus. And 1 multiplied by 14, that's 14. Okay, now we can proceed by adding your numerators here. 16 plus 14, that of course would give us 30. Okay, so now we have 30 over 224. So now our equation is 1 over b equals 1/4. Kinopya lamang natin, no, itong part ng ating equation, minus 30 over 224. Now, we would like to, of course, still do the same thing. Gagawin pa rin natin kung anong ginawa natin dito. Since we have the similar fractions here, we do the same thing. So we multiply 4 by 224. That would give us 896. Then we cross-multiply our fractions here. 1 multiplied by 224, that's 224. Copy the sign, that's minus. 30 divided by 4, that's 120. Okay, so this right here would be our equation. 1 over b equals 224 minus 120 over 896. Now, you proceed with your subtraction. So now, our next equation would be 1 over b equals 104 over 896. Saan nanggaling yung 104? Sinubtract natin yung 120 from your 224. Okay, so 224 minus 120, that would give you 104. Now, we are going to express this in the simplest term, no? You can divide this by their GCF, which is 8. Okay, so we divide the numerator and denominator by 8. Dividing 104 by 8, that would be 13. Dividing 896 by 8, that would give you 112. Okay, so this right here is your answer now, 13 over 112. If you are going to divide 13 by 112, we are going to get b, no? So hindi pa pala ito yung sagot natin because this is just for 1 over b. So now, for us to get 1 over b, you neglect your 104. Huwag mo nang tingnan itong 104 over 896 dahil ito na yung kanyang equivalent, no? Equivalent niya is 13 over 112. Now, we cross-multiply. Okay, cross-multiply natin to. So that's b multiplied by 13, giving us 13b. 1 multiplied by 112, that's of course 112. So now, for us to get the value of b, we need to divide both sides by 13. Okay, so dividing this by 13, we are left with b equals 112 over 13. That's 8.6. And your question says round it to the nearest hour. And so the final answer is letter A. 9 hours would be the correct answer for number 16. Again, if you are a member of our teams, this would all go straight to your Gurong Pinoy team, Team Erickson, Team Gardner. So abangan nyo lang po yung ating PowerPoint presentation there later. You can easily download this and of course, also make a copy of this. No? Po pwede nyo siyang i-print. Huwag lamang pong ibenta, ha? Okay, so that's letter A. Letter A, 9 hours po ang ating tamang sagot. Yes, ang haba ng solution. Kaya kung napansin nyo, no, sa ating quizzes, I gave you 3 minutes. Binigyan ko kayo ng 3 minutes dito, hindi lamang 2 minutes. Okay, so correct answer is letter A. All right, now we go to number 17. This is still math. Wheels with Wipeout Services charges $150 per square foot of the garden. Diane has 2 garden plots. One is 6 feet long and 5 feet wide. The other is a 2 foot by 2 foot square. How much will it cost Diane to hire Will to wipe out her weeds? Okay, so nangunguha siya ng weeds ng mga damong ligaw, no? And of course, he charges $150 per square foot. Okay, ngayon si Diane, meron siyang 2 garden plots. You see the dimensions of the garden plots there. The question is, how much will it cost Diane to hire Will to wipe out her weeds in total? Ilan or magkano yung magagastos ni Diane if she is going to hire Will? Will's weed wipeout services. Is it letter A, $26, letter B, $34, letter C, $46, or letter D, $51? What do you think is the correct answer? Tago muna ako, sabi ni Sir Al-Rashid. Basta mas hula na lang. Ma'am Minnie Guzman, maraming salamat po for your super sticker. Thank you so much, Ma'am Minnie. Maraming salamat po. Ang taas ng solution po. Oh my God. Sabi ni Ma'am Jocelyn Duno. Okay, again, dapat alam nyo yung solution because you are not going to have any calculators in the lab. No? So, dapat alam nyo kung paano sagutin. Baka meron namang shortcut. Hindi ko alam sa ating math majors kung may shortcut tayo doon, no? Ako kasi bato-bato ako pag nag-solve ng math problem. But again, in math, there are thousands of ways that you can kill a cat, no? So, there are thousands of solutions. Pwedeng iba yung solution mo. Minsan common sense, no, gagamitin. So, ang importante marunong kang mag-analyze ng question, marunong kang magbasa, mag-comprehend ng question, at alam mo kung paano gagawin. Okay, what's your answer here? Karaming sagot ay letter D. Your correct answer, of course, would be letter D. So, sabi dito, kada square foot ay 150 yung charge ni Will. Ngayon, may dalawang plot si Diane, no? Yung isa, 6 feet by 5. Okay, so 6 by 5, you multiply those two numbers, you get 30. Okay, so that's 30 square foot. Okay, or square feet. Now, ang 2 by 2 naman, meron pa siyang isang plot na 2 by 2. So that's 4. Now, we are going to add that. That's 30. 30 plus 4, giving us 34. And we are going to multiply that number by 1.5. Ito yung charge ni Will. And so, correct answer would be $51. Okay, so $51, that's the correct choice for number 17. Okay, tama po yung 51 for number 17. 18, you gather data at clinic or at a clinic and entered your results in the frequency table shown below. Which of the following is the percentage of patients you found to have schizophrenia? Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. You have the different symptoms here. Meron kang schizophrenia, may depression, anxiety, insomnia. And your clients are also listed, no? So, frequency table siya. 6 yung may schizophrenia, 15 yung may depression, 17 yung may anxiety, and 21 yung may insomnia. Now, the question is, anong percentage ng patients are those with schizophrenia? Round it to the nearest tenth if necessary. What's your answer for number 18? Number 18? Ano kaya yung tamang sagot for number 18? What do you think is the correct answer for number 18? Some of you are answering letter B, others letter A. What do you think is the correct choice for number 18? Number 18, ano kaya yung tamang sagot? Okay, you're just being asked for the percentage of patients who have schizophrenia. Okay, what do you think is the correct answer? Ano kaya yung ating tamang sagot for number 18? We're almost done. Number 18. Okay, karamihang sagot dito ay letter B. Let's take a look at the correct answer. It is letter B, 10.2. Now, sabi ng question mo dito, round to the nearest tenth, no? Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. Now, you know that this one has the 10th unit or the 10th digit. Dito may 10th din, dito may 10th din. So that means yung letter A mo, pwede mo na siyang i-neglect. Okay? Pwede mo na siyang i-eliminate. Okay? So you cannot have letter A as your answer. So again, what we do is we divide 6, which is the number of patients with schizophrenia, by the total number of patients. Okay, if you add up the total number of patients here, that would be, okay, so ito no, so 6, the number of people who have schizophrenia, divided by the number of patients in total. Okay, so you get the sum of 6, 15, 17, and 21. That would be, bakit ganun pa rin yung aking, okay, na doble lang. Okay, so that's 6 over 59. This is 59 in total, and that would be 0.10169. So for you to get the percentage for this, you just need to move the decimal point 2 times to the right, and of course change it or write the percentage sign. Okay, so that's 10.169. So 10.169 siya, or 10.2%. Kaya 10.2% yung ating tamang sagot. Okay, 10.2%. That's letter B. All right, now we go to number 19. 19 and 20, very easy, no? Napaka-dali lamang na Filipino items sa mga to. Pinandirihan ni Miko ang aso niyang patlang, magalis. Letter B, mag-alis. Letter C, magalis. Or letter D, galis aso. What's the answer? Okay, napakadali ng ating number 19. I'm pretty sure alam niyo na to. Pinandirihan ni Miko ang aso niya. Nandiri pa siya sa aso niya, ha? Dapat siya yung naglilinis sa aso, no? 19. Letter A, of course. Correct answer here would be letter A, magalis. Hindi mag-alis, hindi magalis, hindi din naman galis aso. Okay? Simple daw, basta Filipino major, sabi ni Sir Al-Rashid Daon. Now, last item, wag mong patlang ng kalat ang kama ko. Pagpatungan, patungan, magpatong, ipatong. What's the answer? What's the correct answer for number 20? Napakadali. Napakadali lamang ng ating number 20. Letter. What do you think is the correct answer for number 20 here? Wag mong patlang ng kalat ang kama ko. Pagpatungan, patungan, magpatong, ipatong. Bonus na tong 19 and 20. Dapat alam nyo na to, no? Dapat tama na kayo sa 19 and 20. Correct answer here would be letter B. Huwag mong patungan ng kalat. Huwag kang maglagay ng kalat sa ibabaw ng kama. Hindi naman pagpatungan. Kasi pagpatungan, ginagamit mo siya as a tool, no? Meron kang ginagamit na papatungan mo. Kunwari ito, no? Meron akong box na pinapatungan ko ng aking laptop. Okay? But the correct answer here is just letter B. Alright? So that ends tonight's discussion of your general education. Again, if you are a member of our Gurong Pinoy teams, this would all go straight to our Gurong Pinoy team. So again, if you are still not a member, magpa-member na po kayo, mag-send ng message sa ating Gurong Pinoy Facebook page. All right? So we end tonight's activity, of course, with our closing prayer. Please don't forget that we are going to have a live stream for our CSE orientation at 10 a.m. tomorrow, no, Sunday, 10 a.m. And of course, by 6 p.m., we are going to have our live stream of Prof Ed items. And of course, if you are part of our Gurong Pinoy teams, you will have your quizzes link posted in your teams by the morning tomorrow. Okay? So now we'll have our closing prayer.
Ay manalangin. Our great God, salamat po sa oras po na ito na ibinigay mo sa amin na naging matagumpay po ang aming pag-aaral. Sana po marami po kaming mga natutunan, O Diyos. Sana po ipatuloy mo po kaming pagpalain sa mga plano po namin, Panginoon. Ikaw po ang aming dakilang pastol at ikaw po yung naghahanda ng lugar para sa amin. Sana po ay maganap na po ang mga ninanais po ng aming mga puso. Alam mo po yung mga pagsisikap namin, mga sacrifices namin para matupad po ang mga pangarap po namin na ito. Sana po sa lahat po ng mga member ng Gurong Pinoy International, sana po ipagpalain mo. Lalo po, Panginoon, na malapit na po ang exam. Patibayin mo po ang aming loob. Palakasin mo po ang aming damdamin, Panginoon, na hindi po kami matakot. Sa halip, mas lalo po kaming maghanda, Panginoon. Salamat po sa sakripisyo ni Ma'am Meg at ni Sir Ram para po sa bawat isa sa amin. Panginoon, salamat po sa lahat at ibinibigay po namin lahat yung mga concern namin sa inyo. Sa pangalan ni Jesus, ito po ang mga aming dalangin. Amen.
Amen. All right, so that ends tonight's discussion, people. Again, tomorrow we are going to have your CSE orientation at 10 a.m. You are free. You can easily just join us through our Facebook page. Now we will go live on Facebook and also on YouTube. Please don't forget that's going to be at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And of course, 6 p.m. we are going to have our live stream for Prof Ed. Okay, so that ends tonight's discussion. Maraming salamat po for being with us tonight. Of course, makita-kita po tayong muli tomorrow. This has been Coach Mek of Gurong Pinoy. And of course, I leave you with the saying, malit man na butil ng mga kaalaman. Ang dulo nito ay malaking kaginawa